But first, we're going to hear from Marie-Josèphe. Marie-Josèphe, she's a lesbian feminist activist. She's the co-president and co-founder of ICASM, International Coalition for the Abolition of Surrogate Motherhood, an umbrella organization comprising 50 member organizations from 17 countries, and it's operating across 3 continents. So welcome very much. Welcome, Marie-Josèphe. You're very welcome here. You know, I'm trying to speak in French because you're here. I'm speaking several languages in my head and I think I'm stumbling, but you know, it's things happen. So, bienvenue, welcome, and over to you. Whenever the floor is yours.
Thank you, Amparo. Thank you for your effort to speak French. Yes, I'm glad to be with you once again. And well, as usual, I'm going to share my presentation with you. Just a minute, because I can't see all of my screen. Here we are. Let's start here. I'm always starting my presentation with this mapping of the violence against women. Our mapping of violence against women has 3 pillars. The first is violence caused by misogyny and sexism. The second is violence caused by sexual exploitation. And the third is violence caused by reproductive exploitation. Surrogacy is included in this third pillar, together with trade in oocytes, forced pregnancy, forced sterilization, forced abortion, and also the prohibition of contraception and abortion. We advocate including surrogacy, as a form of violence against women in all international instruments with the aim of dismantling this exploitative practice. Following this introduction of my presentation, I will focus on the recent positive and also negative news surrounding surrogacy. Let's start with the good news. And the good news is Reem Salem report. She presented it to the UN General Assembly on October the 10th. We call it really a milestone for women's rights. This brilliant report has strengthened our abolitionist position. We must thank the 23 feminist organizations that provided her with information on surrogacy through their official submission to her call for submission. Now let's emphasize some points. She put forward that surrogacy should be considered violence against women and as such should be abolished. Abolishing surrogacy is a question of human dignity. Surrogate mothers are exposed to physical, psychological, and economic harm. Surrogate mothers are victims. Here one can recognize the Nordic model approach for prostitution. The legal mother is the surrogate mother, as in the principle that the mother is the woman who gives birth. Something important, she also highlights that states and institutions are complicit in enabling surrogacy. Her presentation was very, very powerful. You can watch it on the UN TV. Afterward, I will share the link for you to watch it carefully. And we watched it. And if you do it, you will notice that the lack of concern and understanding of the countries attending this UN assembly. While most European countries are prohibiting surrogacy, none of them supporting a report. None of them are proud to be abolitionists and to be on the right side of history. They never speak out or take an abolitionist stand in any international framework. This is something terrible. The second good news, it is this. 4 surrogate mothers speak out. And what they told us is really, really terrible. It's a good news because it is something that they themselves have called it historical. As a coalition and through our members, we are now in contact with 4 surrogate mothers, soon 6. They wanted to share their stories. Last October, we organized a large-scale event in Paris and another one at the Brighton session of Philia. Please, I will share the link to their full testimony, but here you can read the summary of their testimony on this slide. I can't bring myself to do it, as I would cry. I'll leave you to read it. As you notice, there are some from France. Even if in France surrogacy is banned, is prohibited. One comes from the US, where surrogacy is commercial, and the last one is from the UK, where surrogacy is supposed to be altruistic. One more minute to read it. But I will share the link to the full testimony, which is on our site in English, Spanish, and French. What they went through is really, really terrible. No human, no women should have to go through this. Their stories illustrate the various contexts of surrogacy, as I said, commercial, altruistic, or prohibited. Whether altruistic or commercial, the suffering, risks, and unfair treatment these women have experienced are the same. All of these women have fought or are still fighting to remain part of their children's lives. They have been separated from their children with the support of the institutions. They all acted out of generosity, yet they were all cheated and deceived. Their account of their pregnancy and childbirth demonstrate that surrogacy is really, really a form of violence. They face considerable health risks. See, one of them almost died. The impact on their mental health was significant. Their families, children, and partner also suffered the consequences. They fought their battle in complete isolation. The judicial system never listened to them or took their views into account. The concept of the best interests of the child was used to take their children away from them. Each time the children went to live with the parents who was better off socially and economically. Our coalition is, of course, supporting them. We believe that an increasing number of surrogate mothers will require support and a sympathetic, concerned, and attentive ear. Now let's go to the bad news. I will give only 2 examples to answer those questions, which are very important to us. As a coalition, we applied to join an European feminist network. They inquire about our coalition and collected a lot of data about us and our network, our work. Then came the answer, I quote, "As we don't have taken a stance on surrogacy, we cannot accept your application." I might be a bit naive, but I was taken aback. This was the first blow. And the second blow, Annie Ernaux, she is a French writer, and she was awarded the 2022 Nobel Prize in Literature. She's considered a feminist. One of her book describes illegal abortion in the 70s. After meeting gay couples, she's really considered a strong feminist. After meeting gay couples, including one who had used a surrogate in Canada, she came out in favor of surrogacy. She came out openly in favor of surrogacy. She stated that, in her view, surrogacy is not contrary to feminism. More and more prominent women who are allegedly were considered feminists have done the same. But how is it possible to side with the commissioning people? That is to say, with the market and not with the women. And we are now, so very bad news also, we are now witnessing the worst cases of inhumanity. In this case, very recent case, the surrogate has been sued and harassed following the death of the fetus. She was 7 months of pregnancy, and the fetus didn't survive. We are trying to get in touch with this woman. We think that there are more horrible cases to come. How shall I conclude? I think we are, of course, we are facing a multi-billion-dollar industry that is rapidly expanding. Every year, lobbies in favor of legalizing surrogacy gain influence, resources, and visibility. Opposing them, the International Coalition for the Abolition of Surrogate Motherhood is one of the few organizations in the world fighting exclusively from a feminist perspective for the abolition of surrogate motherhood. Like many feminist organizations, we are working in increasing financial precariousness. The question remains open. How can we improve our action? How to get more feminists involved in this issue? Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Marie-Josèphe. This is indeed a very important topic, and very apt for this for our webinar. In our declaration, we also have the Article 2 and Article 3 about the rights of mothers also. So this is something that we care very much here in WGDI, in Women's Declaration International. And as I read Sheila Jeffries referring to surrogacy as reproductive prostitution. So this is a very apt way of
Exactly.
putting it. So this is our fight for the dignity of women who are being exploited sexually in different ways. So thank you very much for your activism, though it's very hard. Thank you very much for going on.